From the very first breath you took upon entering this world, you were born into a tapestry already woven with words, beliefs, and hidden assumptions about what money is and how it must be pursued. Long before you could count a single coin or recognize the weight of a dollar bill in your hand, voices around you began shaping the story of money. Parents sighing at the kitchen table, teachers warning of the real-world media painting pictures of endless hustle and sacrifice, layer upon layer of conditioning pressed upon your tender listening spirit. You have to work hard for money. Nothing comes easy. Money doesn't grow on trees. These sayings, repeated so casually, burrowed deep into the soil of your subconscious mind. They became unquestioned truths, heavy stones placed in the foundation of your belief system. And yet, if you pause, if you truly reflect, have you not seen people labor with all their strength and still remain broke? Have you not witnessed others toil, endlessly sacrificing health, family, and joy? Yet somehow money slips through their fingers like water through a sieve. This is the great misunderstanding about money, the lie that it is earned through endless struggle, through relentless labor, through the grind of a lifetime. Society has painted money as a cruel master, demanding all of your time, your energy, your very soul, and still offering little in return. But beloved, the truth is far different. The truth is luminous, freeing, and it has been hidden in plain sight. Imagine for a moment a man named Daniel. He is diligent, committed, and responsible. For 30 years, he has risen before the sun poured his sweat into the factory floor and collapsed at night with little left to give his children or himself. His calloused hands and weary eyes tell the story of a man who has given everything to the system of toil. Yet month after month, the bills outweigh the paycheck. His heart whispers, "Is this all life was meant to be?" He carries the gnawing ache of scarcity, the quiet shame of never being enough, never working hard enough, never saving enough, never deserving enough. Daniel is not alone. His story echoes across generations, carried by countless souls who have been told that wealth is only for the chosen few, that money is a mountain too high to climb without breaking your back along the way. And so humanity runs in circles, chasing shadows on the wall of scarcity, never realizing that they themselves are the light that commands the shadows to disappear. Pause for a moment and feel into your own journey. Have you too felt the sting of working tirelessly, yet never truly tasting freedom? Have you believed the silent lie that your worth is tied to your wage? Have you accepted the unspoken contract that says you must trade the hours of your life for the scraps of survival? Beloved soul, I invite you to awaken to this revelation. Money was never meant to be your master. You were never created to grovel before it, to chase it as though it were some elusive ghost, forever escaping your grasp. No money was designed to be your servant, your tool, your obedient instrument in the grand symphony of your divine expression. The old belief that money is scarce, that it must be fought for, is nothing but a chain forged by fear, passed down from those who themselves were bound. It is a shadow masquerading as truth. But shadows vanish the moment light is introduced. You are that light. Consider the image of a child in a darkened room, afraid of the shapes on the wall. The fear feels real, the shadows loom large, but all it takes is a single flame, a single switch of light, and instantly the shadows are revealed for what they are: empty illusions. So it is with money. The illusion of scarcity dissolves the moment you awaken to the true nature of divine supply. What if money has never been about struggle? What if money, like sunlight, has always been available, waiting abundant, radiant, flowing freely to all who know how to open their hands and receive? The truth you are about to embrace is radical, yet it is ancient. Money is not toil. Money is not pain. Money is not lack. These were the lies, the misunderstandings, the illusions. But you are here now, standing at the threshold of a new understanding. Take a deep breath and let these words echo into your spirit. I release the lie. Yes, say it again with conviction. Let the weight of old beliefs fall from your shoulders. I release the lie. With each repetition, you unshackle yourself from the generational chains of scarcity. You begin to awaken to the radiant truth that has always been yours. And now I ask you, if you have felt this struggle, if you recognize the falsehood you have carried, then declare it publicly and powerfully. Type into the comments below, I release the lie. For every declaration is a seed planted, and this is the moment your harvest begins. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine standing at the edge of a wide and radiant river. Its waters shimmer with liquid gold sparkling under a sun that never sets. The river moves with effortless grace, neither rushing nor withholding, but flowing in perfect rhythm, unceasing, eternal. You notice that the river never questions who stands at its banks. It does not ask whether you are worthy, whether you have struggled long enough, or whether you have sacrificed sufficiently. It simply flows because that is its nature. This beloved soul is the true nature of money. Money is not paper. It is not coins. It is not the digits in a bank account or the weight of a paycheck in your hand. Those are merely symbols, temporary vessels for an eternal substance. Money in its essence is divine substance, invisible, living, vibrating energy awaiting your command. Florence Scovel Shinn called it the invisible supply, the radiant substance of spirit that fills all space and flows without end. Just as electricity waits in silence until a switch is flipped, money, as divine substance, waits for your recognition, for your decree, for your alignment. It is always present, but it requires the channel of belief and the authority of spoken word to manifest in tangible form. Think of sunlight entering a room. The sun itself never diminishes, never strains, never withholds. But if the curtains are drawn tight, the room remains dim, even though an infinite supply of light is just beyond the fabric. Money, too, is infinite. It is the sunlight of spirit, ready to pour into every corner of your life. But how often have you kept the curtains drawn with beliefs of fear, scarcity, and unworthiness? You have been told that money is hard to get, that it is limited, that only a chosen few may drink from its fountain. Yet these beliefs are like curtains blocking the window. They do not change the sun, they only obscure your ability to receive it. Beloved, it is time to fling open the windows. It is time to recognize that money is divine, inexhaustible, and obedient. It is not scarce, it is substance. It is not cruel, it is neutral. It is not your master, it is your servant. And just as the river of gold does not resist you, money itself cannot resist the soul who commands with faith and authority. Let us return to the river. Imagine dipping your hands into its glowing current. Feel the warmth, the richness, the infinite supply sliding between your fingers. Notice how the river does not grow smaller when you take from it. You could scoop a handful Or you could draw bucket after bucket, and still the river flows with the same abundance. In fact, the river delights in being used. Its joy is in circulation, so it is with money. The more freely it is circulated with wisdom and gratitude, the more vibrant it becomes in your life. Stagnation breeds fear, but flow breeds abundance. Just as a farmer plants seed knowing that more will return in harvest, so too can you spend, give, and receive with the assurance that the river of supply is endless. Pause and breathe these words deep into your being. Money is divine substance. It is alive. It flows to me freely, abundantly, joyfully. It awaits my command. Yes, repeat them slowly. Let the vibration of those words fill your chest, your spine, your entire field of energy. As you speak them, you are not begging for supply, you are recognizing it. You are claiming what has always been true, peeling away the curtain of illusion. Perhaps you remember a moment in your life when unexpected provision arrived, a gift, an opportunity, a check in the mail, a discount that appeared at just the right time. In those moments, something beyond logic was at work. That was divine substance revealing itself in form. The invisible became visible, responding to the vibration of your inner state. This is why Shinn taught that money is not to be chased, but commanded. You do not grovel before divine substance any more than you beg the sun to rise. You simply align, declare, and open the way. There is a man named Joseph who once lived with constant fear of bills. Every time he opened his mailbox, his chest tightened. He believed money was a hostile force, always slipping away, always demanding more. But then Joseph learned the truth of divine substance. He began to speak daily. Money is divine substance, and it flows to me now. At first, it felt strange, even foolish. Yet something began to shift. The tightness in his chest softened. His eyes began to see opportunities where before there was only fear. Clients appeared, doors opened, and bills were not just paid, they were paid with ease. Joseph did not summon something from nothing. He simply opened the curtains and the sunlight poured in. This is your truth too. Money does not come from toil. It comes from alignment. It is not manufactured by strain. It is revealed by recognition. And when you see money as divine substance, you stop chasing shadows and begin commanding light. Beloved soul, I invite you now into a holy pause. Imagine yourself surrounded by golden light, soft and shimmering. This light is not separate from you. It is in you, through you, and around you. This light is money in its true form, a field of divine substance awaiting your word. Breathe into it. Feel its warmth. Know that it responds to you because you are its rightful master. And now, with the authority of your own voice, declare aloud, money is my obedient servant. It flows to me with ease. It moves at my command. Say it again, this time with conviction, as though the river itself is rising to meet your voice. Money is my obedient servant. Yes, this is not wishful thinking, it is spiritual law. Just as the seed obeys the law of growth, just as the current obeys the pull of the moon, so money obeys the decree of a soul who knows its true nature. If these words have awakened something within you, if you feel the stirring of truth in your spirit, then anchor it by declaring it publicly. Write in the comments below, money is my obedient servant. Each time you write, each time you speak, each time you remember, you strengthen the pathway of abundance. And with every declaration, the river flows stronger, the sunlight shines brighter, and divine substance takes form in your life. Imagine for a moment a great courtroom, not of earthly law, but of spiritual authority. At the center sits the eternal judge, radiant with wisdom, impartial, unmoved by fear or doubt. Before this judge, every decree uttered by your lips is entered into record, sealed, and executed without hesitation. For in the court of spirit, there are no mistrials, no overlooked statements. Every word spoken is a command, a declaration, a decree shaping your life with precision. Florence Scovel Shinn declared, "Your word is your wand. With it you summon abundance or block it. With it you build palaces of prosperity or prisons of lack." Words are not idle. They are living vibration seeds cast into the fertile soil of the universe, certain to return a harvest after their kind. Think of the farmer scattering seed. He does not question whether the soil will obey. He does not doubt whether the sun will rise or the rain will fall. He knows the law, whatever is planted will grow. So too with your speech. Each phrase you utter, whether careless complaint or radiant affirmation, is a seed cast into the soil of spirit. It cannot fail to produce. Consider Maria, a woman of great diligence, but little joy. Each morning she sighed, "I never have enough. Money slips away faster than I can earn it." Her words spoken with conviction became her reality. Life mirrored her decree, and indeed, money vanished like mist. But when Maria discovered the law of the spoken word, she made a radical shift. She began each day with a new declaration. "I am wealthy. I live in abundance. Money comes to me easily and frequently." At first, it felt unnatural, even dishonest. But the soil of spirit does not question sincerity, it obeys vibration. And soon, opportunities appeared, unexpected income arrived, and Maria found herself surrounded by ease she had never known before. The words she had spoken built a new reality brick by brick until she lived inside the palace she herself had decreed. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what palace have my words built? Have I spoken lack into being? Have I decreed scarcity without even realizing it? Have I unknowingly acted as my own prosecutor, testifying against my prosperity? Beloved, the time has come to take the stand, not as the accused, but as the judge. You hold the gavel of the tongue, and with each word, you render verdicts upon your own life. Say aloud with me, "It is spoken, it is done." Yes, again, it is spoken, it is done. When you say these words with authority, you step into your divine inheritance. You no longer speak as a beggar, but as a ruler. You no longer plead for scraps, but decree abundance as your birthright. Think of a king issuing a royal command. He does not beg his servants. He does not whisper in hesitation. He speaks with certainty, and his word sets armies in motion, laws into effect, and resources into circulation. So it is with you. When you speak with faith, with authority, with the conviction of spirit, the unseen responds as surely as soldiers to a trumpet's call. Now let us make this practical. Imagine holding a decree in your hand, inscribed with golden letters, "I command abundance now." When you speak this aloud, feel the vibration echoing into the very marrow of your being. Do not mumble it as though testing waters. Declare it. Send it forth like lightning. Let the words reverberate with such strength that the universe itself bends to obey. Say it with me now. "I command abundance now." And again, louder, stronger, deeper. "I command abundance now." Can you feel the shift, the tingling in your body, the stirring in your chest? This is not imagination. This is law in motion. You have spoken, and heaven and earth align to fulfill the decree. Words, beloved, are never powerless. Each one is a key unlocking either the vault of plenty or the prison of lack. If you have spent years uttering, "I can't afford it," "I'm always broke," or "money never comes," do not despair. For today you hold the wand, and one declaration of truth can overturn 1,000 false decrees. The universe does not keep grudges. Spirit holds no account of past errors. The moment you speak with clarity and conviction, the scales tip and the tide turns. Life rearranges itself in obedience to your word. Let us return once more to the great courtroom. Imagine yourself standing tall, the gavel of speech in your hand. The judge leans forward awaiting your decree. The entire court, the angels, the forces of nature, the substance of money itself stands ready to move at your command. Will you speak defeat, or will you decree abundance? The choice is yours, and the law is impartial. Beloved soul, choose today to wield your wand with intention. Choose today to fill your mouth with prosperity, to scatter seeds of wealth, to decree your rightful inheritance. For your word is not idle, it is law. Now I invite you to speak aloud this declaration: I command abundance now. It is spoken. It is done. And if you feel the power stirring within you, if you know this truth has landed deep in your spirit, then seal it publicly. Write in the comments below, "I have spoken." Let the world know. Let heaven record it. Let your own soul rejoice in the certainty that what you decree is already accomplished. For truly, your word is your wand, and every time you wield it with faith, your reality bows to obey. There is a mystery hidden not only in what you say, but in how you say it. Words alone are powerful, yes, but words infused with conviction, with dominion, with unwavering certainty, become irresistible decrees. Spirit listens not merely to syllables, but to vibration, to tone, to the inner authority with which you speak. Think of the difference between a hesitant whisper and a trumpet's call. A whisper may contain the right words, but if it is laced with doubt, the vibration falters and the decree weakens. A trumpet, however, slices through silence, rallying armies, commanding movement, summoning power. In the same way, your declarations of abundance are amplified not by volume, but by tone, the inner certainty that rings through your words like a clarion call of truth. Florence Scovel Shinn often spoke of dominion, the God-given authority of humanity to speak and rule over conditions, to declare and see it manifest. Dominion is not arrogance, nor is it force. Dominion is the calm, steady certainty of one who knows the law, just as a captain knows the sea will carry the ship when the sails are set. Pause and reflect. How often have you spoken affirmations in a tone of pleading? Perhaps you have whispered, "Money comes to me," while your heart trembled with fear that it would not. Or perhaps you have repeated words by rote like empty phrases without the fire of conviction. Beloved spirit does not respond to recitation, it responds to resonance. The universe leans in to hear the tone of dominion. Let us illustrate with a story. There was a woman named Esther. She learned of affirmations and began speaking them daily. Yet for months, nothing changed. She grew frustrated. One day in exasperation, she cried, "Why is this not working? I say the words, but my life remains the same." A mentor listened and then asked her, "When you speak your affirmations, do you command them as truth? Or do you beg them as possibility?" Esther realized she had been whispering hesitant, hoping the words might work, but never embodying them. From that day on, she changed her tone. She stood tall, spoke firmly, and declared with dominion, "I am wealthy. I am prosperous. Money serves me now." Within weeks, her outer life began to mirror the inner authority she had finally embraced. This is the secret your declarations must carry, the vibration of truth already established. When you speak as though wealth is still far away, you push it further from your reach. But when you speak as one who already possesses, already embodies, already rules, then heaven and earth must align to reflect your tone. Let us practice together. Speak aloud, softly first. Money flows to me now. Notice how it feels when whispered timidly. Now straighten your spine, breathe deeply, and declare again with dominion, money flows to me now. Do you feel the shift? The words have not changed yet. The energy behind them has transformed everything. The first was a request. The second, a decree. It is like the difference between tapping lightly on a drum and striking it with steady rhythm. The vibration travels further, resonates deeper, commands attention. So too with your affirmations. Speak them with rhythm, strength, and dominion, and they will echo through the substance of spirit until they manifest in form. This is why tone matters. Tone is the soul behind the syllables. Tone is the trumpet call that awakens the unseen. Tone is the vibration that tells the universe, this is not wishful thinking. This is law. This is mine. Now imagine your voice as a royal instrument. Each word you speak vibrates outward like ripples on a pond. Weak words fade quickly, but words of dominion expand, expand, until they shape the entire surface of your life. Beloved soul, I invite you to pause and declare with me now, I walk in dominion. I speak with authority. My words are law, and money obeys my command. Say it again, this time, allowing the tone to rise from the core of your being. I walk in dominion. As you speak, imagine the energy of your words filling the room, saturating the air, radiating outward, like sunlight dissolving fog. This is the vibration of truth. This is the resonance that bends reality to your decree. Do not be afraid of your own authority. It was given to you by the divine. Just as the sun does not apologize for shining, you need not apologize for commanding prosperity. Dominion is your birthright, and money, being divine substance, responds eagerly to your tone of certainty. Now, beloved, if you felt the power rise in you as you declared these truths, seal it in this moment. Subscribe to this practice not as mere habit, but as a covenant with your own authority. And type below as your public decree, I walk in dominion. For once spoken, once written, once claimed, your words begin their holy work. Since childhood, you were handed an invisible inheritance, not of gold or silver, but of words and fears. Perhaps you remember hearing a parent sigh, "We can't afford that," or watching someone you loved clutch every coin as though it were the last. These impressions seeped into the soil of your mind, shaping the way you saw the world. Without knowing it, you were initiated into a covenant with scarcity. Scarcity is not simply a lack of money. It is a mindset, a lens that distorts reality. It whispers that there is never enough, that others must lose for you to gain, that abundance is rare, fragile, and fleeting. Scarcity binds the soul in chains heavier than iron chains, forged of worry, fear, and generational programming. Picture a young boy named Samuel. He grows up in a household where money is a constant source of tension. His parents argue at the dinner table, bills pile high, and laughter grows scarce. Each time Samuel asks for something, a toy, a treat, even a small kindness, the answer is the same: we don't have enough. He grows older carrying these words like inscriptions carved in stone. Even when Samuel becomes a man with a steady job, the echo of scarcity follows him. He fears spending, clings to every dollar, and feels guilty when he desires more. Though his income increases, the chains remain whispering. Careful, it's never enough. You'll lose it all. Scarcity does not live in the bank account, it lives in the mind. It is not the absence of money, but the presence of fear. And fear, beloved, is the great illusion. Imagine standing in a dark cell, the heavy chains of scarcity locked around your wrists. You strain and struggle, believing yourself trapped. Yet suddenly, a shaft of light falls across the floor, revealing something astonishing. The door of the cell has been open all along. The chains crumble the moment you recognize their falsehood. Scarcity was never a prison built by truth. It was a shadow cast by belief. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "Fear is only inverted faith. It is faith in evil instead of good." Scarcity is exactly this inverted faith, a trust in lack rather than supply. But once you awaken to the truth, you can break the chains, dissolve the contract, and reclaim your rightful inheritance of abundance. Pause now, place your hand upon your heart, and whisper, "I break every covenant with lack. I am free." Feel the weight lifting as though rusted chains fall to the ground. Imagine their clattering echo fading into silence, replaced by the sound of rushing wind, the breath of freedom entering your spirit. Scarcity has masqueraded as wisdom. How often have you heard, "Be careful, money doesn't last," or "It's foolish to expect too much"? Yet wisdom rooted in fear is not wisdom at all. It is bondage. True wisdom recognizes circulation, overflow, the divine law of supply. Think of water flowing through a pipe. If you pinch the pipe in fear of losing what you have, the flow slows to a trickle. But if you release the pressure, the water moves freely, replenishing itself without effort. So too with money, the tighter you cling from fear, the more stagnant it becomes. But when you let go, circulate, and trust, the flow renews itself in ever greater measure. This is why Shinn often spoke of casting your bread upon the waters. Giving, circulating, spending with faith, these acts break the stranglehold of scarcity. They declare to the universe, "I am not bound by lack. I live in overflow." Let us step into an image together. Imagine yourself standing in a vast, dark hall, surrounded by towering chains stretching into the shadows. Each chain bears a name: fear of spending, fear of not enough, fear of loss, fear of the future. You hear their clinking, heavy and cold. Yet suddenly, from above, a beam of radiant light pours down upon you. In that light, the chains begin to crack, to weaken, to dissolve like smoke. One by one, they fall away. The weight lifts from your shoulders, from your chest, from your spirit. You step forward, lighter, freer, walking into a field of golden sunlight. Scarcity has no hold on you now. This liberation is not imagination. It is truth. You are not bound by your past. You are not imprisoned by your parents' fears, your community's doubts, or society's illusions. You are spirit clothed in flesh, and spirit knows no lack. Now I invite you to speak this declaration aloud with the tone of dominion. I am free from the chains of scarcity. I walk in abundance. I live in overflow. Again, stronger this time. No more chains. No more fear. I am abundance itself. Beloved soul, chains break when words of truth are spoken. And as you have spoken now, so it is done. If you feel the liberation rising within you, anchor it by declaring it publicly. Write in the comments below, "No more chains." For when one soul breaks free, others see the way open before them. Your declaration is not only for you, it becomes a torch for others, lighting the path of freedom. Scarcity is not your story. Abundance is your truth. Walk now in the freedom that has always been yours. There's a vast difference between survival and overflow. Survival is waking each morning with the quiet question, will I make it through this month? It is the cycle of scraping by, of just enough of waiting for the next paycheck, only to watch it vanish before your hands can hold it. Overflow, however, is a song of freedom. It is living with more than enough, not only to meet your needs, but to bless, to give, to expand, to create without fear. Beloved, you are not created merely to survive. You were created for overflow. Picture the ocean at dawn. The tide rises and falls, yet never once does the sea question its capacity. No matter how many waves crash upon the shore, the ocean remains full, abundant, endless. Imagine now standing at the edge of that sea, feeling the rhythm of its waves. Each surge is a reminder that life was meant to flow, not to stagnate. To overflow, not to withhold. Survival is like clinging to a single cup of water, terrified it will run dry. Overflow is standing in the ocean, realizing the cup was never your supply. It was only a vessel easily filled and refilled without end. Let us return to the story of Daniel, the man we met earlier, who worked tirelessly in toil, yet never tasted freedom. For years he lived in survival, measuring every penny, dreading each bill. One day, exhausted and broken, he encountered the truth of divine substance. Slowly, he began to shift his words, his tone, his beliefs. He declared, I am more than enough. I live in overflow. At first, nothing seemed to change outwardly, but within his spirit shifted. He stopped clinging. He began giving small amounts, circulating money with joy instead of fear. The shift grew. Soon opportunities appeared that exceeded his salary. The dam broke, and what once was survival became overflow. Daniel learned that overflow begins not in the bank, but in the soul. This is the principle of circulation. Money, like water, like breath, must move to remain alive. When you inhale, you must exhale. When you give, you receive. When you release, you make space for more. Survival hoards, fearing loss. Overflow circulates, knowing that the source is infinite. Pause now. Place your hand upon your heart and breathe deeply. Feel the rhythm of your own lungs. Inhale abundance. Exhale fear. Inhale supply. Exhale scarcity. Each breath is a reminder life itself is circulation and you are designed for overflow. Imagine a woman named Clara. For years she lived paycheck to paycheck, afraid to spend even on necessities. Then one day she heard the teaching, what you hold in fear you lose. What you release in faith, you multiply. Clara began to give even when it felt small. She tithed, she donated, she blessed others with simple gifts. At first, her mind rebelled, whispering, you cannot afford this. But her spirit grew stronger. Within months, promotions arrived, unexpected gifts came, debts dissolved. She had stepped into overflow by aligning with circulation. Her survival mindset crumbled, and in its place rose a new truth: I live in more than enough. Beloved soul, you too can make this shift. Overflow is not reserved for a select few. It is the natural state of one aligned with divine law. Let us step into a vision together. See yourself standing before a great fountain, its streams of golden water cascading endlessly, never running dry. You hold a vessel in your hands. At first, the vessel feels small, barely holding a sip of the water. But as you lift it to the fountain, something miraculous occurs. The vessel expands. What was once a cup becomes a bowl, then a bucket, then a great basin. The more you receive, the more your capacity grows. The fountain never resists. It continues to pour without ceasing. This is overflow. The source never diminishes. Your capacity to receive simply expands. Now declare aloud with me, I have more than enough. I live in overflow. Money circulates through me with ease. Again, stronger this time, overflow is mine. I walk in abundance without end. Do you feel the shift? That stirring is your spirit recognizing its truth. You are not here to scrape by, to shrink, to fear. You are here to expand, to give, to shine, to circulate wealth as naturally as the ocean circulates its tides. The chains of scarcity are broken. The tone of dominion is rising in your voice. And now, the river of overflow is opening before you. Step into it boldly. Refuse to live another day in the illusion of survival. Claim your inheritance of more than enough. If this message resonates in your soul, if you feel the tide rising within you, then anchor it by sharing it with someone you love. Let your declaration ripple outward and type below as your seal of truth, overflow is mine. For once, spoken once, shared once, claimed, your life begins to align with this decree. And beloved, as surely as the tide returns to the shore, so will overflow return to you again and again and again. Beloved soul, before we step deeper into the law of demonstration, let us pause and turn our gaze inward. For decree without alignment is like speaking into a hollow cave. Your words echo back, yet they find no root in the earth of your being. The law of life is simple. A house divided against itself cannot stand. When you decree wealth, but another voice within whispers, lack, the inner witness has not yet agreed. And until the inner witness consents, manifestation remains suspended, waiting, hovering, unfinished. Let us imagine for a moment that you are standing before a mirror. You lift your hand, and instantly your reflection lifts its hand. You smile, and the reflection smiles with you. Yet, if one day you raised your hand and the reflection refused, what chaos would that bring? You would feel a fracture in reality, a disturbance of trust. This is what happens when you decree with your lips, I am wealthy, yet your subconscious, the great mirror of the soul, does not lift its hand in agreement. It frowns, it shakes its head, it remembers debts, it recalls childhood words that said, money is scarce, money is hard, you are not enough. And so the decree bounces back unfinished, unanswered. Pause with me now. Place your hand gently upon your chest. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply as though inhaling the assurance of divine supply. Exhale and let doubt begin to dissolve like mist before the rising sun. For the decree must be witnessed twice, once by the conscious tongue and once by the subconscious heart. When these two stand in unity, when the house is not divided, manifestation is swift, certain, and sure. Imagine two witnesses in a court of law. One speaks, the other confirms. With two witnesses, the testimony is established. Spirit is the judge, and your decree is the testimony. The conscious mind testifies, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, I am supplied. But if the subconscious folds its arms and refuses to confirm, the decree lingers unratified. Therefore, our work in this moment is not to shout louder, but to soften deeper, not to push, but to harmonize. Consider the parable of the divided house. A man had built half of his home upon rock and half upon shifting sand. When storms came, one half stood, the other crumbled. His family could not dwell in safety, for the house could not agree with itself. So it is with us, dear one. Half of us believes, half of us doubts. Half of us decrees, half of us contradicts. And Spirit waits patiently, not punishing, not withholding, but simply requiring that the whole house be built upon rock. Here is your practice. Speak slowly, tenderly, as if to a child. Say aloud, I am wealthy, then pause. Feel. Does the mirror of your heart lift its hand in agreement, or does it hesitate, flinch, pull away? If it hesitates, do not scold it. Instead, soothe it. Whisper again, I am wealthy. It is safe to agree. It is holy to prosper. It is my divine right to be supplied. Like calming a frightened animal, the subconscious softens through repetition, through love, through assurance. Every decree is a seed. The soil of your subconscious must be receptive, fertile, aligned. To decree without alignment is to scatter seed on stone. To decree with alignment is to plant seed in good soil where roots take hold and fruit abounds. Affirm with me now. My conscious mind and my subconscious mind are in holy agreement. I am one with wealth. I am one with supply. I am one with divine abundance. Breathe that truth into your chest. See the mirror smiling back at you. Witness the two voices becoming one chorus, no longer divided, no longer at war, but united in harmony. This is the foundation of demonstration. The inner witness must agree. I invite you to take this teaching into practice. Journal what arises when you decree wealth. Write down the words, the images, the feelings that surface. Are they aligned or do they protest? Let your journal become the dialogue where alignment is born. And when you are ready, seal it in the comments with the decree, I am in agreement with wealth. Beloved one, we must now shine a holy light upon a subtle thief, a thief that wears polite clothing, that hides behind respectable words, that seems harmless, yet steals the very substance of your demonstration. This thief is delay language. Delay language is when the lips decree one thing, but add a small seed of postponement, of not yet, of someday. It is like planting a rose, but watering the ground with vinegar. Life cannot break forth. Have you heard yourself say these things? Yes, one day I will be wealthy. Soon my abundance will arrive. Not yet, but in the future I will prosper. At first, these words sound innocent. They even seem positive, filled with hope. Yet in the language of spirit, they are contracts of delay. For spirit lives only in one tense now. Every time you say someday, you have signed a spiritual document that pushes your wealth just beyond reach. Every time you say not yet, you have postponed the delivery of your blessing. Heaven waits, the storehouses brim with supply, yet your words hold up the gate and say, stay there. I am not ready now. Come later. Listen carefully. Demonstration is not about later. Demonstration is always now. Pause with me. Place your hand upon your breathing belly. Inhale slowly. Exhale gently. Say within, now is the time. Now is the hour. Now is the day of abundance fulfilled. Feel how the present moment swells with power. Delay language is the language of escape, the tongue of postponement. It gives the illusion of faith while secretly declaring unbelief. The soul that says someday has not yet believed that the gift is already theirs. The one who says soon has hidden from the truth that divine supply has no calendar but the eternal present. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman who longed for her promised wealth. Each morning she declared, one day I will prosper. Each evening she whispered, soon it will be mine. She carried hope, but hope always had a future date. Then one night she dreamed. In the dream, a banquet table was laid out with food in abundance. Golden cups filled candles burning. She reached her hand toward the feast, but the table slid an inch away. She moved closer, and again the table slid. always just beyond her grasp. She awoke weeping, realizing the feast was already prepared, but her words had kept her seated in the waiting room. Beloved, your feast is ready now. But every someday pushes the table further. Every not yet keeps you hungry. This is why we must cleanse the tongue of delay. It is not enough to decree abundance. We must decree it now. Let us practice. I will speak the false phrase, and you shall replace it. I will be wealthy someday. Correction, I am wealthy now. Soon opportunities will come. Correction, opportunities are present now. Not yet, but in time I will have supply. Correction, supply is mine now. Do you feel the shift? The someday mind feels thin, weak, airy. The now mind feels solid-rooted, inevitable. One floats away, the other anchors. The subconscious dear one does not understand delay. It takes your words literally. When you say soon, it hears only not now. When you say later, it hears never here. So it obeys. It faithfully delays just as you have commanded. But when you say now, it rallies. It believes. It calls forth substance into form. It aligns with spirit, which always moves in the eternal present. Let us affirm together. There is no delay in spirit. My good is here now. My wealth is established now. My abundance flows now. Say it once more, louder in your heart, clearer in your voice. No delay, only now. Yes. Feel that echo vibrate through the marrow of your bones. This is the language of demonstration. There is a rhythm to decree. It is not casual. It is not someday. It is not vague. It is crisp. It is immediate. It is sharp as lightning striking in the present moment. And the subconscious hearing it snaps to attention. Let me give you a picture. Imagine standing before a locked door. If you knock timidly and whisper, perhaps one day it will open the door, remain still. But if you knock with authority and say, open now, the hinges obey. So it is with spirit. Now take this moment to practice with me. Speak aloud, I am wealthy now. I am supplied now. I walk in prosperity now. My demonstration is fulfilled now. Again, with breath, with heart, with conviction. Feel the atmosphere change around you as the air itself carries your decree. And when old habits rise, when your lips are tempted to say, soon, someday, not yet, catch them. Correct them at once. Replace them with the holy now. For every now spoken becomes a brick in the temple of your demonstration. Pause, breathe, anchor. The spirit moves only in the present tense. The subconscious believes only the present tense. Therefore, decree only in the present tense. No more delay, no more postponement, no more waiting. Write it, speak it, seal it, no delay. Only now. Beloved soul, now. We turn our eyes to another veil that hides abundance from those who seek it, the veil of hustle. The world has trained us almost from birth that wealth is earned only through struggle, through sweat, through endless pushing and striving. We are told, work harder, grind longer, sacrifice joy, and then you will deserve prosperity. But Spirit whispers a different song. Wealth is not the fruit of grind, it is the fruit of alignment. Let us paint two pictures before our inner sight. The first is the treadmill. A man rises each morning before the dawn and places his feet upon the moving belt. He runs with all his might. His chest heaves, his sweat pours, his legs burn. Yet at the end of an hour, he looks around. He is still in the same room, no closer to the horizon, no nearer to freedom. He is exhausted, but unmoved. Now behold the second picture, a flowing stream. A woman steps into its gentle current. She does not fight. She does not push. She allows the waters to carry her. She is lifted, guided, supported. and yet she moves forward with grace. She travels farther in ease than the runner did in strain. The treadmill is hustle. The stream is harmony. Which image lives in your spirit today? Pause. Take a deep breath. Imagine the roar of the treadmill fading, the clatter of machinery silenced. Now hear the gentle song of water flowing over stones. Feel the difference in your body. One drains, one replenishes, one withers, one nourishes. So many live upon the treadmill, mistaking exhaustion for progress. They run toward prosperity, but never arrive, because prosperity is not reached by running, it is revealed by alignment. Consider the story of Jonathan, a man of ambition. He rose early, stayed late, never rested. His calendar was filled, his hours consumed. He said, "I must hustle, for wealth will not come otherwise." Yet the harder he worked, the further peace slipped away. His health declined. His joy evaporated, his spirit dimmed. At last, in weariness, he surrendered. He sat by a riverbank one morning, too tired to push any longer. He listened to the sound of the water. For the first time in years, he breathed without rush. And in that stillness, an idea came, a clear, simple, aligned idea that prospered him more in a month than all his years of grind. Beloved, this is the law. Hustle is the counterfeit of flow. Grind is the shadow of grace. When you force, you choke the channel. When you align, you open it. Spirit does not demand your exhaustion. Spirit asks for your agreement. Let us affirm, I prosper by harmony, not by hustle. I walk in flow, not in grind. I allow wealth to move to me and through me in ease. Say it slowly, again and again. Feel the treadmill beneath your feet vanish. Feel the stream take you gently forward. Perhaps you are told that rest is laziness, that slowing down is weakness, that ease is undeserved. These are the lies of a culture that worships struggle. But divine law is not impressed with hustle. It is activated by faith. When you decree, I live in harmony with wealth, you step into the stream. You declare that prosperity comes not by exhaustion, but by divine orchestration. The right people, the right opportunities, the right ideas flow into your life like water, finding its way downhill. Even nature testifies to this truth. The tree does not hustle to grow. It abides, it receives rain, it stands rooted. The river does not grind to carve valleys. It flows, and mountains bow before its persistence. The sun does not hustle to shine. It simply is, and its light fills the world. So must it be with you. Pause again, breathe in ease, exhale struggle, whisper aloud, I live in harmony with wealth. Feel how your body softens, how your shoulders release, how your mind quiets. This is the energy of demonstration. Not strain, but alignment. Now let me tell you one more story. A woman named Elise chased business ventures for years. She worked harder than anyone she knew, yet her profits were small. Her peace was smaller. One day she heard the teaching, cease hustle, enter harmony. At first she resisted. If I stop pushing, I will lose everything. But she was tired enough to try. She began to decree, I live in harmony with wealth. She allowed herself 1 hour each day of stillness, no rushing, no lists, just presence. In that hour, her greatest inspiration came. A new offering born not of grind, but of grace poured from her spirit. Within a year, her income tripled. Yet more than money, she gained rest, she gained joy, she gained freedom. Beloved, abundance is not your taskmaster. It is your companion. It does not demand your chains, it invites your dance. Hear the flute playing softly. Hear the water flowing gently. Let your soul rest in this melody. Say with me once more, if I choose flow over hustle, I live in harmony with wealth. And now seal it in your heart. And if you are ready to declare it outwardly, seal it also in the comments. I live in harmony with wealth. Beloved one, let us now speak of money, not as a cold number on a ledger, not as coins clinking in a jar, but as a river, a living river that flows, circulates, nourishes, and returns. For money, like water, is not meant to stagnate. When it is dammed up in fear, it grows stale, breeding anxiety, mistrust, and scarcity. But when it flows, it sparkles, it refreshes, it carries life wherever it goes. Let us imagine together. Before you stretches a mighty river. The sun glitters on its surface, birds skim its waters, children laugh upon its banks. This river does not fret about whether more water will come. It flows always replenished from the unseen springs upstream. The source is endless, invisible, eternal. The river trusts, and so it moves. Now imagine a pond cut off from the river. At first it is calm, but soon it grows murky. Algae creeps across its surface. Mosquitoes swarm. It loses its freshness because circulation has ceased. So it is with money. When you hoard in fear, when you cling with clenched fists, when you say, I cannot let it move or I will lose it, you cut yourself off from the source. You become the stagnant pond. But when you allow money to flow, when you give, when you receive, when you circulate with trust, you remain connected to the endless river of supply. Hear this truth. You are not the dam. You are the channel. Let us affirm together, I am a channel, not a dam. Money flows to me and through me. I circulate abundance and it returns to me multiplied. Say it again. Feel the waters rush within your spirit. See the river of money moving through your hands, your heart, your life. Consider the farmer. He does not hoard the seed in fear, locking it in a barn forever. If he did, the seed would rot. Instead, he casts it into the soil, trusting the law of growth, and from one seed, 100 are born. So it is with money circulation multiplies. There was once a man who feared poverty so greatly that he saved every penny, never giving, never enjoying, never trusting. His money became like dry bread in a locked box, untouched, unshared, uneaten. Though he had savings, he felt poorer than the beggar who sang for joy with nothing in his pocket. Then there was a woman who learned the law of circulation. She gave freely, joyfully, wisely. She paid her bills with gratitude, knowing each payment was proof of provision. She tithed, she blessed, she invested, she allowed money to move. And because she trusted circulation, the river never ran dry. Beloved, you are invited into this same flow. Spirit has not called you to hoard, but to circulate, not to cling, but to release, not to fear, but to trust. Pause with me now. Breathe deeply. Imagine a golden river of money flowing through your chest, through your hands, through your life. With each inhale you receive. With each exhale you release. You are the channel, never the dam. Say with me, money moves through me in perfect circulation. I receive with joy, I release with trust, and I am never empty. Yes, this is the law of the river. Now let us turn to a parable. A village once had a river running through it. The people drank from it, bathed in it, watered their crops with it. Life was abundant. But one day, a fearful elder declared, "What if the river dries? Let us build a wall and keep the water for ourselves." They built the dam, stored the water, and indeed, for a time, they felt secure. But the water soon grew foul. Their fields dried, their children sickened. It was not lack of water that harmed them, it was the refusal to let it flow. Then A young girl, wise beyond her years, broke the wall with her hands, letting the river run free once more. Life returned, laughter filled the air, and the people learned the river lives only when it flows. So too does money live only when it circulates. Beloved, some fear that to spend is to lose, but to spend with gratitude is to plant with faith. To circulate is to declare, I trust the source. I am supplied again and again. Practice this when you give, bless the giving. When you pay a bill, decree, this payment is proof of my supply and I am replenished. When you receive, bless the receiving. Whisper, I am a channel of circulation. The subconscious must learn to see money not as a chain, but as a river. Not as something that departs forever, but as something that flows back multiplied. Affirm once more, I am a channel, not a dam. Money flows freely to me and through me. I circulate abundance with joy. And as this truth settles into your bones, let your spirit rest like a river at peace, ever moving, never lacking. Now I invite you, if this word has opened your channel, if you feel the river stirring within, share this teaching. Let the river flow beyond you into another soul who needs to open their own current. Send it, speak it, spread it. For rivers join rivers, and together they make mighty oceans. Send this to someone who needs to open their river. Beloved one, as we journey deeper into the laws of prosperity, we must pause to address a hidden fear that whispers in the shadows of many hearts. It is not the fear of lack for that one we have faced already. It is the fear of abundance itself. Yes, strange though it may sound, many souls are secretly afraid of receiving too much, afraid of overflow, afraid of standing in the spotlight of divine prosperity, afraid of being judged, envied, or even harmed because of their wealth, afraid that having much will make them selfish, arrogant, or unworthy in the eyes of others. But Spirit has not given us a spirit of fear. Spirit has given us power, love, and a sound mind. Abundance is not danger, it is your divine birthright. Prosperity is not a trap, it is a trust. Let us remember the parable of the talents. A master entrusted 3 servants with portions of wealth. 2 multiplied what was given, but one, trembling with fear, buried his talent in the ground. He said, I was afraid. I knew you were a hard man. I hid what you gave me. That servant did not lose because he lacked ability. He lost because he was afraid to prosper. How many today are like that servant, burying opportunities, silencing dreams, hiding their talent beneath the soil of fear? They whisper, if I have too much, people will resent me. If I grow too successful, I will be judged. If I prosper, I may misuse it. Better to stay small, better to stay hidden, better to stay safe. But hear the truth. False humility serves no one. Playing small does not protect you, it suffocates you. Shrinking does not bless others, it deprives them of the gift you are. True humility is not denying abundance, it is receiving it with gratitude and circulating it with love. To reject abundance is to reject the source that longs to express through you. Pause, breathe deeply, place your hand upon your heart and whisper, it is safe for me to prosper. It is holy for me to overflow. Feel those words sinking into your bones. For some of you, they may stir resistance. Memories may arise of voices that said, rich people are greedy, or if you prosper, you'll change for the worse. Beloved, those were words of fear, not of spirit. We must heal these fears with truth. Let us take them one by one. Fear of judgment. Yes, some may judge when you prosper, but remember those who judge already live and lack within themselves. Their judgment is not your burden. Your abundance is not their chain, it is their mirror. You cannot shrink to protect them. You can only shine to invite them. Fear of misuse. You may say, if I have much, I may waste it, I may become careless. But Spirit trusts you. Abundance does not corrupt, it reveals. If your heart is aligned now, overflow will only magnify the love already within you. Fear of separation. Some fear that if they prosper, they will lose friends, that others will turn away. Yet true friends rejoice in your blessing. Those who cannot celebrate you were never rooted beside you. And Spirit always sends new companions for the journey of overflow. Beloved, your wealth does not take from others. The river is not limited. The source is infinite. You are not robbing, you are reflecting. Your prosperity is proof of divine generosity. Hear this affirmation: I am worthy of overflow. I am trusted with abundance. I prosper without fear. Say it aloud, again. Let the words grow louder in your spirit until they drown out the old whispers of fear. Imagine now a great cup in your hand. Spirit pours golden oil into it, and it begins to fill. At first you smile, but then the oil rises higher to the brim, to the edge, and you tremble. What if it spills? What if I cannot contain it? But Spirit whispers, it is not for you to contain. It is for you to overflow. The world is thirsty. Let the oil run over. Beloved, your overflow is not your burden. It is your ministry. Others are blessed when you prosper. Your abundance employs, inspires, uplifts, and nourishes. The beggar gains nothing when you stay poor beside him. But when you prosper, you have bread to share. The fearful soul gains nothing when you hide your light. But when you prosper, you show what is possible. So let us break the lie that overflow is dangerous. The only danger is burying your talent. Take another breath. Let your shoulders relax. Say it again. I cancel the fear of abundance. I am worthy of prosperity. My overflow is holy. Do you feel the freedom in those words? Do you sense the chains falling from your subconscious? This is the sound of alignment. Now imagine yourself standing before a great treasury. The doors open wide. Angels beckon you in. Inside are vaults of gold, rivers of silver jewels shining brighter than the sun. You step in not as a thief, not as an intruder, but as a child returning home. You belong here. This is your inheritance. This is your Father's house, and all that is His is yours. You do not steal it. You do not beg for it. You receive it because it was always yours by divine decree. Whisper once more, I am worthy of abundance. I am safe in prosperity. I overflow with holy wealth. And now, beloved, I invite you to seal this truth in your heart and in your voice. Declare it openly in the comments as a testimony of your new freedom. I am worthy of abundance. Beloved one, we have walked together through alignment, through cleansing, delay, through releasing hustle, through entering the river of circulation, and through dissolving the fear of abundance. Now we arrive at a daily practice, the steady rhythm that makes prosperity not a fleeting moment, but a living atmosphere. For decree is not a one-time event. It is not a spark struck, once then forgotten. It is a fire tended daily, a holy discipline, a spiritual gymnasium where your words build strength, where your atmosphere is trained to obey the law of demonstration. Think of the athlete. She does not lift weights once and declare herself strong forever. She trains. She conditions her muscles, her lungs, her focus day after day. So it is with decree. Each spoken word is a repetition, a holy exercise building the subconscious into unshakable agreement. Pause with me now. Imagine entering a gym not of steel machines, but of radiant light. Before you are stations of affirmation, weights of decree, mirrors of truth. As you step in the air, hums with possibility. This is your atmosphere, your training ground. Each morning, you take your place. You lift the weight of truth, I am wealthy. You press it again, I am wealthy. Each repetition strengthens the inner witness. Each breath seals alignment deeper into your spirit. Hear the drum of your own heartbeat, steady, rhythmic, like the bass drum of spirit itself. Let your decree march in time with that rhythm. Say with me now, on the beat of your breath, I command wealth daily. I command prosperity daily. I command abundance daily. Yes, feel it growing stronger with each repetition. Not rushed, not frantic, but steady, rooted, inevitable. Commanding the atmosphere is not about shouting, it is about consistency. The subconscious is trained by rhythm. Just as the tide obeys the pull of the moon, your atmosphere obeys the rhythm of your decrees. Consider the farmer once more. He does not plant one seed and walk away. He tends the soil, waters the field, removes the weeds. He knows that growth is a daily discipline. So must you tend your field with daily decree. Perhaps you wonder, must I really speak it every day? Yes, beloved, for every day, the world offers you contrary decrees, scarcity, fear, doubt. The news, the voices, the old memories they speak, delay, hustle, lack. Your daily decree is your shield. It is your declaration of atmosphere. Each morning before you rise into the day, speak today, I command abundance. Today, I walk in wealth. Today, my atmosphere obeys prosperity. Each evening before you rest, speak. My day was filled with supply. My night is filled with increase. Even in sleep, I prosper. The atmosphere hears you. The subconscious absorbs you. Spirit confirms you. And soon, beloved, you will notice the shift. People will speak differently around you. Opportunities will find you without strain. Your very presence will carry the fragrance of prosperity as though the air itself has been trained to obey you. This is commanding the atmosphere daily. It is not occasional, it is continual. It is not a burst of fire. It is the steady sun rising each morning, faithful, unstoppable, sovereign. Pause. Breathe. Place your hand upon your chest. Speak aloud with me, I command wealth daily. I command prosperity daily. I command abundance daily. Yes, let the rhythm of your heart bear witness. Beloved, decree is your gym, your river, your breath, your atmosphere. Do not let a day pass without training your field, for demonstration belongs not to the faint, but to the faithful. Now, I invite you to seal your commitment. Declare it in your journal. Declare it in your comments. Declare it in your spirit. I command daily. Beloved soul, listen now with the ears of your spirit, for what I am about to declare is not just teaching, it is coronation, initiation, revelation. You are not a beggar outside the treasury of heaven. You are not one who pleads, hoping for crumbs of favor to fall into your lap. No, hear me well, you are the gatekeeper of wealth itself. Wealth does not flow to you. Wealth flows through you. The river of divine supply is not locked away from you. It courses within you, waiting for your decree, your opening, your command. Picture with me now a great golden vault, massive and radiant, standing before you. Its door is carved with symbols of eternity, shining with jewels that reflect the light of infinite abundance. And there you stand, not outside as a stranger, but at the threshold as the appointed gatekeeper. You are not merely invited to enter, you are entrusted with the keys. For in the heavenly order it is decreed, Whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Your decree is the movement of the vault door. Your words are the royal seal that causes the treasures of the kingdom to pour forth. Breathe into this image. See yourself robed in majesty, standing before the gate. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are clothed in dominion, crowned in light, radiant with authority. The wealth you desire, the money, the opportunities, the resources, they are not beyond the vault. They are within the vault. And you, beloved, are the one who decides when that door swings open. Pause and feel this truth. Let it thunder in your bones. Say with me, I am the gate. I open the vault. Say it again with authority, I am the gate. I open the vault. For too long, humanity has been trained to believe that wealth is outside, that only a select few may have it, that you must chase, struggle, compete, beg. But today, this deception falls away. Today, you rise into your true office, gatekeeper of wealth. Let me paint the picture even more vividly. Imagine the great royal court of heaven. The King of Kings sits upon the throne, radiant with glory, overflowing with infinite supply. And he looks upon you with love and declares, "Child of my heart, I entrust you with my treasury. You are my gatekeeper. At your word, the vault shall open. At your decree, the flow shall pour. This is your identity. This is your birthright. Not one day, not someday now. Close your eyes in this moment. Feel the great vault before you. Feel your hand upon the handle. Sense the weight of authority resting in your words. And now declare aloud with faith, I am the gatekeeper of wealth. I open the vault of abundance. Divine supply flows through me now. Pause. Breathe. Let it settle into your spirit. Do you feel the shift, the sense of movement, the recognition that you are no longer waiting for wealth, you are commanding it? This is the identity shift. This is the turning of the ages within you. You are no longer a seeker. You are a keeper. You are no longer in pursuit. You are in possession. Wealth does not belong to the world. It belongs to the kingdom. And the kingdom's wealth flows through its appointed ones. That appointed one is you. Declare it now. I am not a beggar. I am a gatekeeper. I am not in lack. I am in dominion. I am not outside. I am at the vault. I open. I decree. I release. Hear the regal horns sounding. Hear the choir rising. For heaven itself agrees with your decree. The sound of your voice is not empty, it is law. Your decree is not mere words, it is the movement of wealth itself. You are the gate, and your faith is the hinge. When you speak, the door swings wide. When you believe, the treasures flow forth. No resistance can stand before your decree. No lack can oppose your dominion. You are not waiting for permission. You are the permission. You are not praying for access. You are the access. Do you see it now? Wealth flows not to you, but through you. You are the channel, the vessel, the appointed gate. Say it once more, and let all of heaven and earth bear witness, I am the gate. I open the vault. And now, beloved listener, if you claim this truth, if you receive this mantle, declare it publicly. Type it, write it, speak it boldly. I am the gate. I open the vault. For as you declare, so it is established. This is your coronation into dominion. This is the unlocking of your true office. You are the gatekeeper of wealth, and today the vault is open. Beloved, now that you have stood before the vault and claimed your rightful place as gatekeeper of wealth, let us go deeper. For the vault itself is not opened by physical hands. It is not unlocked by coins or by labor. The vault responds to one thing, and one thing only: your word. Your word
is the key. Hear it again with the ear of your spirit. Your word is the key. The treasures of heaven do not obey toil. They do not obey fear. They do not obey striving. They obey decree. They move when you speak in alignment with divine law. Picture now the golden key of light glowing in your hand. It is warm, alive, vibrating with divine authority. This key does not rust. It does not bend. It cannot be stolen. It is yours by birthright.
And every time you open your mouth and release a decree of truth, it is as though you insert that key into the vault and turn it. Click. The first turn releases the sound of possibility. Click. The second turn shakes the foundations of lack. Click. The final turn swings the vault open and the flood of abundance pours forth. Do you feel it? Can you hear the lock moving, the tumblers falling into place? This is what happens when your word goes forth in faith. For is it not written, death and life are in the power of the tongue. And again, you shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. Your word is law. Your voice is command. Now let us seal this with testimony, for nothing convinces the heart like the evidence of demonstration. There was a woman once weary with debt, her mind clouded with fear, her nights restless with worry. She had tried every method, every plan, yet the bills mounted and the pressure grew heavier.
Then one day, she heard this teaching, your word is the key. She stood in her small apartment, lifted her voice, and declared, I am the gatekeeper of wealth. I turn the key of my word. I open the vault of supply. Money flows to me in perfect ways now. She spoke it not once, but with faith and rhythm like a hammer striking until the stone breaks. And what happened? Within 3 days, a check arrived in the mail from a forgotten account, more than enough to clear her bills. Within a week, she received an unexpected job offer with double the pay she had imagined. Her situation did not change because of effort alone. It changed because she turned the key of her word. She unlocked the vault with decree. Beloved, hear me well. The same power is within your tongue. You need not beg. You need not scheme. You need only to decree with faith, and the vault responds. Let us practice now. Say with me, my word is the key. My decree unlocks divine supply.
I speak and the vault opens. I decree and wealth flows to me now. Pause. Breathe. Feel the vibration of those words in your body. Imagine the vault door moving at the sound of your voice. Every decree you make is a key turn. Some of you may have been turning the key of lack, speaking words of fear, of shortage, of impossibility. And what happened? The vault seemed locked. But today, you turn the key in the other direction. Today, your words align with abundance. Today, the lock yields to your command. Let us walk this path together. Close your eyes and picture the lock before you. Hear the clicking sound as your word turns the tumblers. With every decree, the sound echoes. Say it slowly. I turn the key of wealth with my word. Click. I unlock divine supply with my decree. Click. The vault opens wide, and I receive in overflow. Click. Now see it. See the door swing open. See the light of abundance pouring out. See the river of resources flowing to you, through you, around you. Beloved, wealth does not resist you. Wealth awaits your command. It does not hide. It listens for your voice. For your voice carries authority. Your decree carries the seal of heaven. And so do not say, I hope it comes. Do not say one day maybe. Those are the words of hesitation, and hesitation is no key. Instead, speak with certainty. It is done. It is so.
I unlock the vault now. Pause again. Feel the stillness after the decree. That silence is the moment the vault shifts. That calm is the assurance of answered prayer. And now I say to you, if you have felt the key turn in your spirit today, if you have sensed the lock moving, if you have glimpsed the flood of abundance beginning to pour, declare it boldly. Share it so that others may know the truth. Say it with your mouth and write it with your hand. Unlocked. For as you testify, you anchor the reality. As you declare, you open the vault wider. Beloved, wealth is not far. It is one decree away. Your word is the key. Turn it daily. Turn it faithfully, and the vault of heaven shall never close to you again. Beloved, now we enter the sacred chamber of practice. You have stood before the vault as gatekeeper. You have held the key of your word and turned it with decree. Now we step fully into the flood, the command of immediate wealth. This is no longer philosophy. This is embodiment. This is the place where thought becomes reality, where word becomes demonstration, where decree becomes manifestation. I will lead you now through a long river of affirmations, layered, repeated, rhythmic, powerful. Do not rush. Do not merely listen. Speak them with me. For as you decree, so it is established. As you affirm, so it becomes flesh. The first wave identity command. Say with me, I am the gatekeeper of wealth. I hold the keys of divine supply. Wealth does not flow to me, it flows through me. I am the vessel of abundance. I am the channel of overflow. I am crowned in dominion over money. Pause. Breathe. Feel the crown upon your head, the robe upon your shoulders. Stand tall in your spirit. Again, I am the gatekeeper of wealth. I open the vault of riches. I release treasures with my word. I command money to serve my divine purpose. The second wave, immediate wealth decree. Now let us shift from identity to command. Not tomorrow, not someday now. Declare aloud, wealth comes to me now. Money appears in perfect ways now. Opportunities open to me now. The vault releases its treasures now. I receive overflow now. Pause. Feel the rhythm. Each now is a key turn. Each decree is a door swinging wider. Repeat with me stronger. I call forth money now. I summon divine contracts now. I release overdue payments now. I manifest hidden wealth now. I receive immediate supply now. The third wave. Overflow expansion. Beloved, do not settle for just enough. The kingdom knows no shortage. The vault does not drip, it floods. Speak with me, I live in overflow. I breathe in abundance. I walk in riches. I give from endless supply. I pour because I never run dry. Again, louder in your spirit, money multiplies in my hands. Resources overflow to me. Contracts chase me down. Checks appear in my name. I receive more than I imagined. Pause. Picture it. See the flood rising around you, but not drowning you, lifting you. You float in abundance carried by overflow. The fourth wave, authority over money. Beloved, money is not your master, you are its master. Declare with me, I command money and it obeys. I direct wealth to divine assignments. I tell money where to go and it multiplies. I am not ruled by money, I rule money. Again, stronger, money serves me. Wealth works for me. Riches respond to me. Supply obeys me. I walk in financial dominion. Pause. Feel the authority in your chest. Breathe it into your bones. The fifth wave, gratitude in advance. Now let us seal these decrees with thanksgiving, for gratitude is the proof of faith. Say it with me. Thank you for the money flowing now. Thank you for the contracts arriving now. Thank you for the debts dissolved now. Thank you for the overflow appearing now. Thank you for the vault wide open now. Breathe. Smile. Feel the relief, the joy, the peace that comes when gratitude takes root. The sixth wave, call and response rhythm. Now we enter the rhythm of command. I will declare and you will echo. Let it resound in your space, in your heart, in your atmosphere. I say wealth, now you say wealth now. I say money now, you say money now. I say overflow now, you say overflow now. I say the vault is open, you say the vault is open. I say I am the gatekeeper, you say I am the gatekeeper.
Let the rhythm shake your atmosphere. Let it break the silence of lack. The seventh wave, deep embodiment. Now sink deeper. These words are no longer just spoken, they are embodied. Place your hand on your chest, feel your heartbeat, and affirm, every beat of my heart releases abundance. Every breath I take attracts wealth. Every step I walk is on golden paths. Every thought I think multiplies prosperity. Again, I am a living magnet for wealth. I am a walking treasury of heaven. I am the embodiment of divine overflow. Pause. Rest in this truth. The final wave, the seal, now. We close this cycle with the royal seal. Repeat after me slowly with deep conviction. I am the gate. I am the key. I am the vault. I am the wealth. It flows through me now. Breathe. Let the silence confirm it. The decree is sealed. The vault is open. The flow has begun. Beloved, remain in this state. Carry these affirmations with you. Repeat them daily, hourly, until they echo in your spirit without effort. For this is no longer practice, this is dominion. Beloved soul, the decree becomes even stronger when you hear the living proof of those who have walked this path before you. Testimony is not mere storytelling, it is prophecy in motion. For what the divine has done for one, it will surely do for another. You have stood as the gatekeeper. You have turned the key with your word. You have commanded immediate wealth. Now let me place before you stories of those who spoke, decreed, and witnessed overflow unfold in undeniable ways. The merchant who found forgotten wealth. There was a man, a small merchant, weary from years of struggle. His shop had not seen profit in months, and bills pressed heavy on his shoulders. One night, he stumbled across this teaching. Your word is the vault key. With trembling voice, he declared, I am the gate. I open the vault. I release divine supply now. He spoke it with the authority he could muster, though his pocket was empty. The very next morning, as he balanced old records, he discovered an account long forgotten, a refund owed to him untouched for years. The sum was more than enough to clear his debts and restock his shop. But it did not stop there. Within the week, a customer arrived with a large order, the kind he had prayed for but never seen. His business shifted overnight. He said later, the moment I spoke, it was as though the vault opened and wealth ran toward me. I now decree daily, and my store is a fountain, not a drought. The widow and the overflowing pantry. There was a widow caring for 2 children, fearful of running out of food. Her pantry was nearly empty, and her last coins scarcely enough for bread. Yet she remembered this decree, wealth flows through me, not to me. So she stood in her kitchen, placed her hands upon the pantry door, and declared aloud, I am the gatekeeper of wealth. I release abundance into my home. Supply flows through me now. That evening, a neighbor knocked upon her door. Without knowing her need, the neighbor brought bags of groceries, saying, I felt led to bless you. The next morning, another blessing arrived, a letter in the mail with financial assistance she had not applied for, yet had been approved. Her testimony was this: "The vault opened the moment I decreed. I saw food money and opportunities come as if by unseen hand. I lacked no more." The musician who spoke his stage into being. There was a young musician, gifted but unseen, laboring in obscurity. Doors seemed closed, connections scarce. But he began to decree daily, "I am the gate. I open the vault of opportunity. My gift makes room for me now." He spoke it not with desperation, but with dominion. Within weeks, he received an invitation to perform at a local festival. From that single event, doors began to swing wide: producers, contracts, collaborations. He said later, "It was as if my words went before me and unlocked stages I could never have entered on my own." The entrepreneur's sudden breakthrough. Another soul. A woman with a vision for business had been pressing for years without breakthrough. Investors declined, banks refused, friends doubted, yet she refused to stop decreeing. Every morning she spoke aloud, "I unlock the vault of divine funding. Money comes to me in perfect ways. My business is supplied in overflow." One day, out of nowhere, an investor she had never met contacted her after hearing about her project from a friend of a friend. Not only did he fund her vision, but he connected her with a network that multiplied her reach. She wept as she testified, "The moment I decreed, the vault began shifting. Though my eyes could not see, my words worked in the unseen. The flood came suddenly, but it was the result of daily decree." Your testimony in the making, beloved. These are not fairy tales. These are demonstrations. And they are only the beginning. For every testimony you hear is a mirror showing you what is possible, what is available, what is waiting for your decree. Do you feel it stirring in your spirit? That sense that your own story is next, that the vault is already moving, the hinges creaking, the flood rising, preparing to burst into your life. Let it be known your testimony is in motion. But remember, supply is not silent. It responds to decree. You must speak. You must turn the key. Declare with me, "I am next." My testimony is unfolding now. I am the gate. I open the vault. Wealth flows through me in perfect ways. Beloved listener, if you have already seen even the smallest sign, a payment released, a gift received, a door opened, share it. Do not hide the evidence, for when you testify, you multiply. When you declare, you open the vault wider, not just for yourself, but for others. Do it now, speak it aloud, write it boldly. Let your story be seed for another's harvest. Say it with me, "My overflow is proof. My story is prophecy. My decree is demonstration." And so it is. Beloved soul, we have come to the moment of fullness, the culmination of decree, the sealing of identity, the coronation of dominion. You have stood at the vault. You have turned the key. You have commanded immediate wealth. You have heard testimonies of overflow. Now it is time to receive your crown. For you are not merely a seeker of riches. You are a ruler in abundance. You are not merely a petitioner. You are a king, a queen, a sovereign, a crowned one in the treasury of heaven. The coronation imagery. Close your eyes and see it. The great throne room of heaven opens before you. Its floor is paved with crystal light. Its pillars rise like mountains of gold. Its walls resound with the voices of choirs. And there you walk, clothed already in the robe of dominion, approaching the throne. Upon the throne sits the King of Kings, radiant, smiling, overflowing with love. In his hand is a crown crafted not of earthly gold alone, but of light, of power, of eternal dominion.
This crown is your inheritance, your appointment, your identity. He calls your name beloved. Yes, your name. And as you kneel, the crown is lowered upon your head. As it touches your brow, hear the decree spoken over you. You are crowned in abundance. You are appointed as ruler over wealth. You are the gatekeeper, the key holder, the one through whom overflow shall flow. And as the crown settles, the choir rises, the horns sound, the vault bursts open, and the flood of wealth rushes toward you in rivers of light. You stand not as one in waiting, but as one in rule. You are crowned. You are appointed. You are enthroned in dominion. The repetition of coronation. Let us declare it together. Speak it aloud until it engraves itself in your spirit. I am crowned in abundance.
I am appointed in wealth. I am enthroned in dominion. Again stronger, I am crowned in abundance. I am appointed in wealth. I am enthroned in dominion. Pause, breathe, feel the weight of the crown, not heavy as a burden, but steady as authority. The shift of authority. Beloved, this crown means you no longer chase money. You no longer plead for riches. You no longer strive for scraps. Instead, you sit in dominion and money comes to you as a servant. Hear me well. Money is not your master. You are its crowned ruler. Say it, I command money, and it obeys. I crown my mind with wealth consciousness. I reign in dominion over every resource. This is the royal decree of your coronation, the celebration of overflow. Now imagine the celebration. Angels dance, choirs sing, horns resound, banners wave. All of heaven rejoices at your crowning. For when you rise in dominion, lack falls in defeat. When you put on the crown of abundance, poverty bows at your feet. Do you hear the music swelling? Do you feel the anthem of triumph? Say with me in rhythm, I am crowned. I am appointed. I am enthroned. I am crowned. I am appointed. I am enthroned. Let it echo as a song in your spirit. The final decree. Beloved, we seal this teaching, this practice, this journey with your final decree. Place your hand upon your head as though you feel the crown itself and speak. I receive my crown of abundance. I accept my appointment as gatekeeper of wealth. I rule in dominion over money, riches, and supply. I walk crowned, appointed, enthroned in overflow. Pause, breathe, rest. The crown is upon you. The vault is open. The wealth is flowing. This is no longer theory. This is reality. This is no longer rehearsal. This is rule. You are crowned in abundance. You are the wealth gatekeeper. You walk in dominion. The gentle next step. As you rise from this moment, remember the crown does not leave you when the music fades. The crown rests upon you daily, hourly, continually. You walk in it at the marketplace, in the office, in your home, in every place your feet touch. Let your words match your crown. Let your decrees align with your throne. For you are no longer a seeker, you are a sovereign. And so, beloved soul, walk tall, walk radiant, walk crowned. For the world awaits your demonstration, your testimony, your dominion. If you receive your crown type, I am crowned in abundance. Subscribe for more daily dominion decrees.